Virgil, thank you for coming along to Between the Lines. Listen, I was asked at the beginning, who do I want to come on the show? And your name was the first name that jumped out at me. A fellow centre-back, doing great things at the moment. I want to take it back and talk about like your journey. And your journey wasn't like, listen, it's somebody like an Mbappe or Phil Foden who immediately as a kid they're in the spotlight. Talk to us about that journey.
So I was at Willem II for 10 years. So basically the whole academy until the under-23s. I was still an under-19 player, but played with under-23s, trained with the first team now and then. Well, unfortunately, that opportunity didn't came at the time, and my agent at the time went speaking to other clubs around the country, seeing who could be interested, and FC Groningen was the club that really saw potential in me, saw the future in me.
And then obviously you go to Scotland, play in Scotland, and I saw you in Scotland earlier, and I talked to a couple of scouts at the time, even at Man United, said, watch this guy, I think he's got potential to be really good. And so that journey then continued. You go to Southampton, do fantastically well there. Then Liverpool identify you as the player they want. But there's a delay, and you have to wait. And then you eventually go there for a world record for a defender. Talk me through the delay, and also what that pressure is like being the world record defender transfer.
Yeah, the delay was that Southampton obviously didn't agree on the transfer fee at the time, and that's obviously their good right. For me, it was get my head down and start playing again, and obviously that's what I tried to do. And in December, I had a phone call from the board at Southampton and said that they agreed the deal. And obviously for me, that's a dream come true. Go to Liverpool, out of all the choices that I had at the time, it was the perfect match for me.
What is that like? Because obviously I had that feeling of being the most expensive defender in the world a couple of times, and I didn't really find pressure in games. It was more about the changing room, trying to not prove, but they're looking to see what £70 million brings.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the pressure for me.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can only say that I'm very lucky to have these guys here. How I've been appreciated already from day one has been incredible. Obviously, I've been speaking to Jordan Henderson before the club joined the club before, because we have the same agent. So I get to know already a little bit on how the club works, the values of the club. And obviously from day one, when I came here and started training and spoke with the boss about what he expects from me, and also about the price tag, for example, that there's something you shouldn't even think about, because you didn't have any say in this. This is the clubs that agreed this, and you just have to get your head down, play as good as you can, improve, and help us achieve greatness. And that's what I tried, and so far so good.
Obviously you had a bad injury and you was out for a sustained amount of time. Before that, all the accolades that came with that, Player of the Year, Teams of the Year, etc., Ballon d'Or nominee, and then you come back and you're in fine form now. Who do you think, or what do you think, or is there a difference even between Virgil before the injury and Virgil now?
I feel very good at the moment, let's say it that way. I definitely needed some time to get up to speed, what is absolutely normal. Won't be seen as normal nowadays, but it is absolutely normal. So yeah, I would say for example, the first 3, 4, 5 months, it was getting back to speed, feel full of confidence, feel like you sort of unbeatable at times.
So better now? I think you look better now. I'll be honest.
Listen, everyone's opinion. I feel great. I feel great, and for me, the funny thing is that I even can get better than what I am now. And I spoke, for example, with my surgeon the other day, and he said normally around this injury, after 2 years, you started to feel absolutely normal. So that will be 2 years. That will be World Cup time. So
good.
Hopefully we can.
Captain in your team, captain in your.
Well, hopefully we can make something special happen.
Do you talk about, or do you even think about being immortal, winning a quadruple? Do you talk about it at all?
No, not at all. Not at all. And That comes from the manager, in my opinion. I think he like a father, you know, he teaches us that there's no point thinking about these things because, you know, it could also go the other way. It's all the outside world that we will try to do it. You try to participate in a competition to win it. You're not trying to just be there and be one of the teams and just hope for the best. We'll try to win it. We're in a good position, but we don't speak about this. And whether it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, we will be sad because we're quite close, if we're absolutely honest. But we'll go again.
Right, listen, let's get into the videos, man. This is where I want to see the good stuff. Everyone's talking about the high line with you guys, and I just wanted to get an understanding from you. Is that something that is based around your attributes, or is that more a tactical thing from the manager that says, oh, right, get high, squeeze the game because you press so high up the pitch?
I think it's both. Obviously, there's certain expectations from us in the back, from all of us. So Trent, Robo in this case, Ibu obviously in this case as well. But everyone has the responsibility. So if there's pressure on the ball, you know, you can keep a high line. So for example, now, you know, you can keep a high line.
Yeah, you're on your way in there because you know the man on the ball is going backwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Going back towards their goal, yeah.
And we always have the rule that you have to cover for each other. So I'm going in, everyone has to tuck in, and make sure you have the back of the man.
Do you know what? I was just going to let you play here and let you see it as the ball comes in here. I don't know about you. You see, there's your left back, Andy Robertson. On my side, it used to be Gary Neville. Before a game, I'd always say to him, if the ball comes into him, just make him go that way. Get tight, be aggressive, go into him, and that space there, just leave it for me, and I'll cover. Is that a similar relationship you have with your fullbacks?
Definitely. He's obviously Andy is incredible, the energy, but he's so front-footed, and
you see his aggression here. He goes straight for the ball. Yeah,
and he knows that I need to be in his back. That's also you know, something that's expected from us as centre backs. You have to cover your fullback when, especially when there's only one striker.
I can see you already on your way there. Look, your body, you know, you're anticipating that ball with Andy making that motion.
Exactly, yeah. So that's definitely something you have to read and organise as well.
In terms of organise, are you the organiser? Are you the voice?
I am.
At the back.
Yeah, I am. I feel comfortable doing it. I enjoy it, and it also keeps me sharp.
I always like to understand how you feel, because I know that when we were trying to squeeze a game when I played, the nerves, because you're worried about what's going on in behind, and that was always the worst place if a ball got played there for me. I wanted to be there and clean that up. How do you handle them nerves, or is it just you're confident because of your teammates as well and the way you set up?
Definitely. I think the way you want to play is high pressure, win the ball high up the pitch, but we can also defend back and sit back. It's only the thing is that we don't like to play this way. We like to be on the front foot. We like to read what the opponent could do, whether it's a switch to the fullback when our fullback is pressing and then we have to come across, or things like this. You know, we're not a team that likes to, you know, sit back and go on a counter-attack. But at times it has to happen, and yeah, we have to be ready for that.
So what would you say your best attribute is? People talk about your pace, your power, the reading of the game. What would you say yours is?
Yeah, well, I think I'm quite complete for the modern day football. Obviously, as a centre back, you can say that as well. You have to organise. You have the overview of the whole pitch. You have to make sure that that the organisation as well, especially with the way we play a lot of attacking football, so you have to make sure you're holding midfielders together with your other centre back.
And you're keeping everyone in place. Yeah,
I try definitely to do that. But yeah, also the pace I got, I try to think ahead what the striker or the midfielder might do in his next move.
That's perfect for this next clip. Because this is where I think this is one of my favourite clips of you defending. You actually don't touch the ball, but the way you impact it. Here you are, and it's 2v1. What are you thinking now?
Well, yeah, I know that Son is with me, and I know Son is an outstanding finisher, left and right. Sissoko obviously less, in my opinion.
Did you identify that straight away?
Yeah. And he's gonna be on his. If I'm keeping him on his outside, he's gonna be on his left foot. And yeah, that was a bit like, don't let him pass the Son and just hoping that he's gonna miss it. Could have gone the other way easily.
So that's why you're there, and you're saying almost like, right, I'm preferring you to go in there than have the opportunity to pass the ball to this guy, who you consider the better finisher.
100%. And obviously it bounced up a little bit. It could have been a goal, but in the end, it looks good.
Because if you look at most defenders, I'll take it back here. This is what separates the good from the elite, I think. Most defenders, I've done this a couple of times in my career when I look back and I made rash decisions at time, would have gone, right, I'm getting over there now, there's the ball. And then leaving the man who you consider the most dangerous. Yeah. But being able to make them decisions in split-second times is a separator of good from elite. And there you say, you left him to go on that side. And you just thought, you gambled almost.
I felt as well, when he started dribbling, I felt like he didn't want to go. He wanted to pass all the time. Like, his mind was, I'm going to pass to Son. And like, he could have scored, let's be honest. If he hits it well, it's a goal. So, it's a bit of luck. It's a good decision in the end, but it worked out well.
Another thing I was wanting to speak about here, you're 1v1. I really believe this man, this is Martinez against Inter Milan. I was at this game and I laughed when I saw this because I thought, I had a couple of moments in my career, a couple of years where I felt that other strikers showed me respect. And this clip here, I want to play it and just see. 1v1 there against other defenders. I don't care what you say, he's going right at you and he's going to goal. If you watch what he does here, have you noticed this happening in games?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to wait for some friends and rather than go at you.
Yeah, you try to show him a side as well. And if you show him a side, you have to make sure you take that side in the end. So it's basically sort of trying to put a trap. And in this case, again, it worked out quite well.
Do you sense that though? Do you sense there's a bit of respect, or players are seeing you and go, oh, okay, this is not the right guy to go against, I'm going to turn out here and there?
Yes. And that's also, for example, we played against Everton in the weekend, and I felt after the game that I didn't have much challenges. And I looked at my partner on the right, Joel, and he was
sweating.
He was absolutely like targeted, and he did. Obviously, he was amazing that game, by the way. But yeah, at times it happens, and it's a good thing. But yeah. How can I say?
Do you ever get frustrated that sometimes you're not in the game as much as you want to be?
No, not at all.
I used to walk off and go to Vida. I didn't touch
even
the
if
ball,
you
man.
won.
Even if you won, I'd just be like, because I didn't enjoy the game as much. I'm not involved as much.
Yeah. No. I'm not. To be fair, I'm not that like that. Like,
you want an easy day.
If we win, keep a clean sheet. Like, for example, the other day, and I didn't have too much to do, then happy days and recover and go the next game.
Another part of your armoury, which I think has been improving drastically over the last few years. Around this time, actually, I used to be saying that I think he could pass more. I think he's got so much more in his locker, his range. And to be fair, this is one of the best passes. Phenomenal. Yeah. Is this a part of your game you think about and try to add more?
Yeah, obviously it's been noticed by other teams as well. So when the ball is free, then the team started to drop a little bit more. Was absolutely normal. But yeah, I try to do that. I have the range. I can make a difference with this. And you overplay obviously like 1, 2, 3, 6 players, and they are at the game as well. So
you're looking at, is that what you're looking at? You're looking at these guys, 1, 2, 3. If you can spread
maybe
the
even
game.
This one, because he's stuck in on Trent.
Yeah. And he's going to come in here a little bit maybe.
So yeah, then obviously it's open.
Space.
Yeah.
But it's even looking at you here, when you just take all of those things off and I watch you and you look at you in this, is that first look looking out wide or here?
Look out wide, yeah.
So when you first look and you're looking out there like that, You're looking out there, yeah? Is he available?
Yeah, so obviously Mo is always making runs in behind. Well, in this case, Harvey was there, and you know, it's opportunity. I could have also, you know, go for the easy one and back to Alisson, but this was the right option at the time, and obviously in the end,
Two goals, isn't it?
Trent with a fantastic ball, Sadio with a fantastic
Is that more about understanding your range, but also the manager saying, listen, we want to identify that tactically as well?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, even now we can play in different ways. Like, for example, we can play through the lines, short and sweet, but sometimes you have to go direct to surprise the opponent, but also to stretch the lines in between. Because if they always think you're gonna play it short, obviously they keep it tight in the middle. But if you sometimes then go in behind, they have to stretch up the lines, and there will be more space to play in between. So it's a bit of a mix-up, and we have obviously the players to do it. If you look at Thiago, you know, outstanding. Fabinho can do it. You know, Henderson with his runs, and Naby, you know, and obviously the players up front, you know, incredible.
Right, I hope you're going to enjoy this part, because this is going to put you on the spot. I've been looking forward to this. We've got 10 of the best centre-backs in Premier League history, and I want you to kind of give me your top 5.
Okay.
There's the 10. Would that be around the 10 that you would have picked, probably?
From the Premier League, yeah.
Yeah.
From the Premier League, well, you know, I can't speak about myself in this case, but it's, you know, the rest definitely. I didn't see Tony Adams play, by the way.
No? Commanding.
Yeah, I've heard about. Obviously, I met him as well.
Leader.
But the rest I definitely seen play.
I'm going to go for my 5.
And why? You have to also explain why.
Okay.
Yeah, that's different. Why you got to put yourself?
Oh, put myself in, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're definitely top 5 though.
Yeah, bro, I believe I was number 1. Serious.
Well, then put yourself number 1.
Number 1 straight away. That's how I thought. That's how I approach everything.
Well, we're talking about best in ability or greatest in trophies?
I think everything.
Because everyone is talking about, you know, greatest and best as a player.
I think winning, best as a player, and attributes as well.
Okay.
I would say that. The problem is I know all these guys as well. And I think also time.
This is going to be bigger.
Yeah.
You're picking your top 5.
And I think it's time as well. So I'm taking a long time here, man. I'm going to go for...
At least you put yourself at 1, though.
Yeah, that was the easy decision for me. That was the easy decision for me. I'm going to go for... Vidic.
Shock. Partner
in crime. I just thought he was led by example. Didn't ever really say much.
So you were the one that's organising?
Yeah, I was the talker and organiser. But he was like, he was an animal. He was the main player, one of the only players that I saw that strikers looked at was like, whoa, I'm not going near him. I'm not, because he never saw the ball. Look at his nose. He never saw the opponent. He just used to go bang and go through people to win the ball. Yeah. But he was actually a better footballer than people give him credit for. And he wasn't blessed with a lot of pace like yourself, but he read the game really well.
You had a fantastic team back then.
And we had a good partnership, and I think that's important. I'm going to go you there.
Only won 1 Premier League.
Yeah, I know, but I think the impact that you have on the team is massive. I think the impact you have on the team, I think that your attributes would put you right in the top tier of any of them guys as well. I think in terms of attributes, natural, physical, athlete, Stam could maybe be up there with you in terms of that. Passing range. I think you're the full package. And I think people say, but today's game is different. If you played in the Premier League back in the day, you'd be playing against 2 strikers, it'd be harder for him, but that's all if, buts and maybes. Whatever's in front of you right now, you're making it look too easy. Do you know what I mean? And the game seems to come very easy to you. And next I'll go Stam. I thought this guy was a monster. And I remember he used to play on the halfway line on his own and say, right, you lot just go. And he was comfortable with the ball, physically ridiculous, intimidating. And again, I think his impact on the team was massive. I think if he doesn't play in that team, they're a different team. And I think every one of the guys that's on there at the moment, I think you could say that one thing about them: when they didn't play, the team in their prime, the team would have lost something, a big part of it. And number 5, I'm going to go for John Terry. And in terms of his longevity, he's at that club, what they won, body on the line. Actually, as well, much better footballer than people give him credit for. Could play off his right and left foot. And the team he played in suited him as well.
Yeah. Well, very successful, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And but I just feel that I think the difference, I think with myself, with you, and with Yap especially, I think we could have played in any team in any era. I think.
I won't disagree.
And that's the difference. And I still think your career's not finished.
No, definitely not.
And there'll be movement. So that's my 5, man.
That's a nice 5.
Well, let's see if you agree. I'm going to bring it back.
Can you imagine me putting myself at 1? Nah.
You can do that.
No,
you.
I'll put you as 1. Because what you said as well before, I think you could also play in the modern day era. Back in the days, obviously, you were so important for the United team. I think all the English centre backs in general looked up to you. I think you were an icon as a defender. All these praises, by the way, it makes you uncomfortable.
The money I'm paying him, isn't it? Paying him more money as he speaks.
I think also the way your presence, I think is a very important thing as a centre back. Have a good presence, be good on the ball, without the ball as well. You tackle a little bit more than I do back in the days, but a different game now as well. Yeah. So I keep you as 1. I put Vincent 2.
You know what? I was tired. I wanted to put him in as well.
Yeah, Vincent 2. Similar, fantastic captain, good on the ball, good without the ball, scored important goals in the City career. Scored a very important one against Leicester when we almost won the league. Great guy, and yeah, I think he was outstanding. Fantastic career as well, and so he's my 2nd. I put Jaap. I have to put my Dutchman in, of course. What you said. Yeah, he was, for me as a Dutchman, he was the man in the back. If you looked at the national team, I always thought he was going to be 2.5 meters. Like 6'5" or 6'6".
That was his presence, though, isn't it?
It was his presence, yeah, his presence, and also his career in general has been outstanding. His time at United, but also in Milan. He also played at Willem II, where I started my career. So yeah, I just have so much respect for what he's achieved, and so I put him as 3. Yeah, I put JT. Yeah. What can you say? Yeah, he achieved. I think he has the record with most clean sheets, less goals conceded in the Premier League. Also one of the centre backs that you look at where you wanna be when you're on a younger age, together with yourself. And if you think about centre backs abroad, like the Sergio Ramos, Nesta, all these kind of players. So I put him as a 4, and then.
I can't believe I've not seen you yet.
Well, I can't do that, But hopefully I'll be in these 5 one day. it's just like if you look at these four as well, the way they play is something I really enjoy as well. So very comfortable on the ball, the presence, yeah, and also looking up to, growing up, and I'm gonna put Hippier. You know why? Because he's a Liverpool legend. So I'll make it easy.
How good
for
was
myself.
Sammy Hippier? Like, what have you heard?
He
what have you
played
seen?
at Willem II as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we have two players who played at Willem II. Doesn't really matter, by the way, but he was underrated in my opinion. Very good player, good on the ball. Important for the club in an important period of the club as well, and so I'll put these five. Hopefully, I will be in this.
No
But
doubt.
I can't put myself
No,
in.
I
I think
understand
that's a bit different.
I understand that. It's crazy because like Adams, the older generation he would be in their top.
Yeah,
five, I think.
listen. I can't. I have to be honest. I've never seen him proper play. I've seen obviously a couple goals of him when he dribbled and scored. Was I think when they become champions that day. I know how big of a legend he is for Arsenal. So yeah, if I would have,
Sol Campbell was a great player.
Yeah.
He was probably my best partner for England.
Yeah.
He had all the attributes as well to play 1v1, pace, strong, read the game.
Yeah.
But just the others, I thought, just inched it over him. And Carvalho.
Yeah, I would say Carvalho and Vidic, they were both, like fantastic partners for you and John Terry, and like you used to like the two teams of and Arsenal obviously at the time as well. You were so strong and you had so many good players all around the pitch, and but I would say used to of the pairs because that's what I'm looking at. That obviously were the better of the two.
Well, listen, thank you very much. So interesting seeing who you picked. You didn't pick yourself, I understand that, but listen, thanks for your time.
You're very welcome.
Really appreciate it. And good luck for the rest of the
Thank
season.
you very much, man.